In a small suburban neighborhood, there lived a young man named Jake, known for his sense of humor and love for pranks. His best friend, Matt, often found himself as the unsuspecting target of Jake's mischievous schemes. Jake's latest idea was to wrap Matt's car completely in cling film, a prank he'd seen online, effectively turning the car into a shiny, see-through cocoon. On the night before Matt's birthday, Jake gathered his supplies and snuck over to Matt's driveway. Under the cover of darkness and giggling to himself, he carefully started wrapping the car. He imagined Matt's reaction in the morning, the bewilderment quickly turning into laughter. Jake was meticulous, ensuring every inch was covered, boasting silently about how flawless his execution was. As Jake finished the final layer, he heard footsteps approaching. His heart skipped a beat, but his fear turned to relief when he realized it was only a neighborhood cat. With a sigh of relief, he packed up his supplies and returned home, eagerly awaiting the next morning's spectacle. The following day, Jake eagerly watched from his window as Matt emerged from his house. However, instead of bursting into laughter, Matt's expression turned from confusion to sheer horror. It wasn't until Matt called him, panic evident in his voice, that Jake realized the colossal mistake he had made. He had wrapped the wrong car. It turned out the very similar car belonged to Mr. Henderson, their neighbor, known for his grumpy demeanor and lack of humor. Jake's stomach dropped as he realized the implications of his prank gaffe. Mr. Henderson was not someone who would find humor in having his morning routine disrupted by a cling film-covered car. Jake had no choice but to own up to his mistake. He knocked on Mr. Henderson's door and, with flushed cheeks, offered his apologies, while Matt watched on, unable to control his laughter. Surprisingly, Mr. Henderson, though initially stern, couldn't resist a chuckle at the absurdity of it all, eventually appreciating Jake's willingness to admit his blunder. From that day forward, Jake ensured to double-check his pranking plans, and his reputation in the neighborhood grew, not just as a prankster, but as someone willing to laugh at himself. It turned out that even a prank gone wrong could bring unexpected connections and smiles.